Well, time for our closing statements, and we need to get off the air before 10 o'clock. So we're going to start with you, Janice Golub. And in that statement, we had another question: is what is your best qualities will you bring to the House of Representatives? So you can kind of explain that too in your closing statement.
Okay, thank you. I went down to Juneau for the last session in January, and I was really struck by the camaraderie that's actually down there. Sometimes we might think that they fight like cats and dogs, but that's not true. Basically, everyone's together, they're working for a common goal, and I think it's very important to remember that and keep that in mind. And I know we might be opponents, for instance, but we're all looking out for what's best for North Pole and what's best for our residents. That's our main thing. It's my job as your state representative to work for you. I don't work for multinational corporations. I don't work for oil companies. I am pro-oil. I have to say that. I am pro-oil. I am against the way that these corporations are pushing the state around. I want the oil companies to do well. I want them to succeed, because if they succeed, it's money in the bank for us. We will do well. That's really something that we have to, there's a fine line, it seems sometimes, that we're arguing with each other about it, but that's the real reality of it. And when we're all down in Juneau, everybody has to get along and work together. And at the end of the day, they might be fighting while they're in session, but then they go out and have dinner together later. And I think that's really important to remember, that we're Alaskans, we're a small state, we're big geographically, but people-wise, we're still very small. And as long as we all get along and work together, for instance, we have a lot of discussion in the news about the bipartisan coalition. Mm-hmm. If I had an opportunity to join that, I would. I'm not running for a Senate seat. We only have the bipartisan coalition right now in the Senate. It was proposed in the House at one time, but it failed. If it would come up again, I would definitely be a part of that coalition, because I believe very strongly that we have to get along and work together. Otherwise, we're going to be like the National Congress and just butt heads, and the Congress that we have right now doesn't get a lot accomplished, and that's not the way that government should be run. We have a very short time when we're in session. It's only 90 days. We have to be as proactive as we can and get things accomplished for the state.